Some researchers say taking a small vacation from Facebook may help to reduce stress. A new study published in the Journal of Social Psychology looked at the link between Facebook usage and the stress hormone cortisol. It found that people who took a break from Facebook had lower levels of that hormone. Joining me now is Gleb Tsipursky. He's a behavioral scientist and the founder of the Pro-Truth Pledge. He joins me now from Columbus, Ohio. Gleb, welcome. Tell us more about this study and what researchers really were hoping to find out about something that so many people use every day.
So Facebook has been shown often to correlate with depression. And so researchers were quite curious to find out what taking a break from Facebook would do. And the study was actually quite complex. It found that taking a break does decrease our level of the stress hormone cortisol, but it also decreases our life satisfaction, which is a surprising and unexpected finding.
Which is interesting because that would suggest that the more stress we have, the happier we might be based on this finding, this study.
Yeah, that was a really surprising aspect of the study. So the researchers suppose that one reason that the stress hormone reduced was that we weren't constantly comparing ourselves to other people, which is a big problem of Facebook, that Facebook just has other people's happiness, their highlights of their lives, and we constantly compare ourselves to them. On the other hand, we feel disconnected from people. You know, this Facebook now allows us the social connectedness that we come to expect. So being away from it decreases our social connectedness, and that's a problem.
What was also interesting is that the researchers found that they took people off for about 5 days, right? And then after those 5 days, while there was some level of comfort and safety and higher levels of less stress, actually, that the opposite happened, which was all of a sudden there was this great FOMO, this fear of missing out. Tell us what happened there.
Sure. People are connected to others on Facebook. You know, you have your 5,000 Facebook friends, and then you're afraid that you'll miss out on their lives and what's going on with them. And that's one thing. So social connections. You're also afraid you'll miss out on the news. Right now, research shows that about 2/3 of Americans get their news in part from social media, and about 40-something% get some of their news from Facebook. So people are worried they'll miss out on relevant news that they get from Facebook. So both of those are fears that people suffer, and it shows how important a role that Facebook plays in our lives, which might be a worry for a number of viewers.
So with the hormone cortisol, which is directly affected to stress, what are some of the things on social media that do cause people to become more stressed out?
One of the biggest things that causes people to become stressed out is flame wars, arguments. So we talked about people seeing news on their news feed. And of course, there's plenty of times when you share a news article and people start arguing about it. And that's a big problem that people face. That's one of the reasons I co-founded the Pro-Truth Pledge at protruthpledge.org to help people become more truthful on Facebook and rely on others when they share about truthful facts, to orient toward facts together. Now, that's one thing that people are that they're worried about. And of course, their lives, when they see other people having happy times in their lives, in those people's lives, that's a concern for them as well, because they might not be having such happy times, you know, as other people are. And so that's another source of concern.
But you always have to wonder about that, because so much of what people post is the good times, the happy times, the great restaurants, the great vacations. So in a way, people are editing their lives online. What is your advice to people who really do feel stressed out by all the social media? Is it to take a short break or just quit entirely?
I think what you want to be doing based on the study is taking a little bit of a break from Facebook. That's one. And one of the interesting things about the study was that people who took a break from Facebook actually spent more personal face-to-face time with their friends. So use that Facebook break to spend more time with your friends, with your family. That's one piece of advice. Another piece of advice would be when you share news articles on Facebook, focus on avoiding sharing articles that would be controversial, especially things that might be interpreted by people as fake news, because those get people in a lot of trouble and cause a lot of stress and that's the hormone cortisol. So avoid that. And a third piece of advice would be when people share happy times in their lives, remember they might also be suffering and they might have stressful times, but they might not be sharing it. So their lives in Facebook are not actually as their lives are in real life.
Exactly. The grass is always greener until you get to the other side. Gleb Tsipursky, thank you. We appreciate your joining us today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on.
Of course.